you said you adjusted your routine to try and play better, and then you said you played like trash. So are you going to adjust your routine again to try and make it?
I'm going to keep the same routine.
Just on the 29-yard run you had on the first drive when you got out, when you went back and looked at that on film, what did you see of that play? Do you feel like there was something to be done there in the past?
Yeah, it was man coverage right there. I was looking for Moon on the deep corner. EQ came open late on the shorter corner, but my feet just weren't ready for that. So I really just wanted Moon. Thought it was a good matchup, but the corner just ended up playing outside leverage, so I just made something with my feet.
Justin, do you feel like you're hesitating on some throws, and if so, what do you think's causing that?
Hesitating as in just not throwing the ball?
Coming open, not making the throw right away.
Not really. It's really just, with that, you just got to listen to your feet and just throw the ball on time.
Justin, I know it's only been 3 weeks, but how would you compare your first 3 weeks as a rookie to now, as a player, as a person?
I feel like, of course I have a lot more experience now. I don't really remember my first 3 weeks as a rookie last year, but we're on it this year, so I don't really know about last year, but this year just trying to just get better each and every day.
What can you do to make sure that Halas Jones is caught up in terms of just being on time with you?
Yeah, I think Halas, in his timeout, he's been really locking in on the plays. Even on some of the no-huddle plays, even though he's not going to play that week, he's still locked in. So he's been locked in mentally and just preparing himself like each week, like he's playing.
Could you guys really need that? Could you really use him right now?
Yeah, for sure. We can definitely use him. He's a great athlete. He's great with the ball in his hand. So.
What do you think his speed, if Halas can go this week, what can his speed provide this offense that maybe it's been missing?
It provides a lot of stuff. Like I said, if you just get the ball to him with his hands, he can do a lot with that. And then, of course, he can help stretch the defense vertically, just with the speed. So. Yeah.
Have you been a little more comfortable with Sam this year than maybe you were a year ago?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say, our communication is better in terms of, who the line's going to and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Justin, you were very honest about your performance on Sunday. What's the process like for you personally about putting a game behind you, whether it's what you wanted or whether it's not what you wanted, and moving on to the next one?
Yeah, just learn from my mistakes. And, when you don't have a game that you want to play as well in, all I really know, my response to that is really just, get back to work and keep working. So, yeah.
We saw Darnell working with the jugs machine on Soldier Field right after the game. You mentioned you were going to go straight to the film room and watch film. What kind of conversations do you guys have after games like that, moments like that, just knowing that you guys spent so much time together working on this in the off-season?
Working on,
Like getting your routes down and that chemistry.
What kind of conversation do we have?
Yeah.
Nothing much really. We both know what we expect from ourselves. So, just really get back to work like he did. Like right after the game, he's on the jugs, and right after the game, I'm watching the film. So just get back to work.
What was that experience like for you Sunday, watching the film, going back into it and kind of reliving it and trying to figure out?
It was frustrating. It was frustrating for sure, but got to learn from your mistakes.
Is there anything that?
Quick question for you on the interception in the first quarter where you hit to commit. Did that ball slip out of your hand?
Yeah, I just lost it a little bit. That's why it was on target.
Stand out in terms of when you watch the film, like things that really got to you?
Nah, not really. Just got to play better.
When the coaches aren't talking to you, are they dwelling on the positives, the negatives, both? Like, how are they communicating with you as they watch the film with you over again?
I think they're really, positive. Just, try to keep everybody on a positive page. Just, learning from our mistakes, and, it's life, it's football. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect. So, just learning from your mistakes and making sure it doesn't happen again.
You obviously want them to show you, this could have been, you still want them to point out the negatives, right?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna point at the negatives. That's their job. So they're not just gonna skip the negatives. I don't know if I implemented that, but no, they definitely don't skip the negatives.
What was your point of view on the 52-yard run from Herbert? Going back and watching, it seemed like it was blocked up and there's a lot of room to run.
Yeah, I think I talked about it last week, but just like kind of our run, our run scheme or whatever, we just like splitting the defense. So I I think the offensive line did a great job splitting the defense right there, and of course Khalil did a great job running the play, making a guy miss, and of course having a good run.
So what you're going through right now, do you consider this just part of the overall process, or is this kind of throwing you for a loop, maybe not met expectations, and maybe something that becomes a psychological thing?
Part of the process, That's all it is.
What have you seen in Herbert in your time together with him that's left an impression on you?
I mean, yeah, he's a hard worker. He's smart. When he gets in the game, he's gonna know what to do. And he's a hard runner. It's hard to bring him down, and he's just a great running back.
What stood out to you about Braxton and how he's handled the first 3 games of his career?
Yeah, Brax, he's of course has a lot on his plate. Being a rookie, starting left tackle in the NFL, but I think he's handled it well. And I'm just looking forward to seeing him grow. Throughout the year, pretty much from week to week. So.
Justin, you and Darnell had this great chemistry through training camp, through the preseason, but it hasn't really been there so far, at least that connection, the production, the first 3 weeks. Is there anything different or anything going on offensively, defensively, what they're showing you that's not going to translate to the regular
We still have the connection. We're not going to force it. I feel like, y'all talking about it. I was staring him down a few too many times in the game. So, and he probably told me that too. Like, bro, don't try to force anything. Just let it all come. And, that's what we're going to do. So, when, the time comes, that time will come. But, yeah.
So who do you count on? If you need a mental lift, your person, somebody who's going to help you with that self-confidence, is there anybody in particular?
I mean, I've had bad games before. This isn't my first bad game that I've ever had. So, again, just looking at the past, what can you do to get better? What can you do to improve? Just, how you look at situations that, maybe have you had in the past like this, and what you do to respond to it. So, we have a guy here for mental health. So, if I'm ever down that bad, I can go talk to him. But, really just, just learning from your mistakes, knowing that you're not going to be perfect, and just, moving on, and just, accepting the fact that, we won the game. It's easier to, correct mistakes after winning the loss, of course. So, just correcting each and every mistake, and, just trying to be better in every aspect.
Couple more. When the Giants traded out of that number 11 spot on draft night, did it cause you to make any mental note about next time we play the Giants or every time we play the Giants? Was that a motivator at all? No.
Justin, when you got the big run that reached you,
What was most notable to you watching that back about, I guess, the timing and what what allowed him to come so free there?
What allowed him to come? I mean, the only person he had to beat was the DN. So once he's kind of circled the DN, and there was nobody really left. The DN and the corner was lost on that play. They didn't really catch on to where the ball was until he was already 10 yards downfield. So, the edge over there was clean, and of course he did a great job getting around that defensive end, and they did a great job blocking downfield. So that's what kind of opened
How
him up.
much of that is just the timing of
Are you talking about the motion and stuff like that? Yeah, so we work on that in practice. So it's just, timing up with the motions and just ball handling.
Whether it's that jet sweep or, some of Khalil's runs, what allows this offense to generate so many explosive runs within this scheme?
Just blocking, blocking, making sure the offensive line is on the same page, and, executing blocks and just being more physical than the other team.